See, for me, I did everything to improve myself a lot. The unfortunate part that you never ever reached out, that made me to feel terrible and not to have any motivation to keep improving myself. Well, look, Chevy, sometimes they don't, but and this is why I say, you're not doing this for them. Because if you're leaving that up, if you're doing the work, the outcome in mind being that they come back and they don't come back, what's going to happen? I'm going to put it right here. You're going to feel like all your improvement went to waste. And that's not true, brother. That is not true. That was not done in vain. What you got to think about is how you can apply that moving forward. And what evidence, what trail did you leave behind to prove to you that you can improve? And if you met this girl when you were a lesser or not in a position you're in now, and you attracted somebody then, what the do you think's going to happen now that you've made improvement? Isn't the obvious answer that I'm going to do something better? I'm going to get somebody better. And I'm just going to keep applying these improvements and the same attitude and work ethic that I put into that, into everything else in my life, and attract somebody better because I'm going to be a better person. And what happens is you start doing all this hard work and that has depth and quality and value and meaning. You're not going to accept anyone in your life who isn't on par with that. And if you have such a high opinion of yourself that if somebody doesn't appreciate you or doesn't reciprocate that back, you're going to be like, hey, you don't deserve me. And that's kind of the position you put yourself in when they come back around. If they come back around, my experience is they do, is that you don't directly communicate, but you convey, look, I'm not in the same place you left me. I didn't know what you think I was going to do. I was going to crawl in a hole and die until you came back and beg for you back. No. What are you going to do to prove to me that you deserve me back? When are you going to tell me that you might have made a mistake? You're going to adopt that attitude. And that's how it should be. You should view yourself as the prize, the catch. If you're not able to see yourself like that, nobody will. Nobody will. If you're not able to view yourself as a viable option for anyone, nobody's going to be able to see you like that because you won't allow it. You won't even know what that looks like if somebody came in and tried to offer you that perspective. You will subconsciously put yourself beneath them or whoever, and you'll never be viewed as prize or the catch or be looked up to by anyone because that's what it takes. It takes discipline, commitment, ambition, dedication, sacrifice, all of these things. That's it. And you apply that same formula to your business, to your relationship, to your social circle, to your other training, your jujitsu, whatever it might be. And you apply that same mindset and that same process to anything and you succeed. Now you've really started doing something different and you've leveled up. Now you got to keep it up. But that's what no contact at all. It's not about them. That's over with. At some point, you got to come to terms that that relationship is over. It's dead. Because even if they come back, you're not in the same relationship. This is a whole nother experience. You're a whole nother person. They're a whole nother person. That relationship didn't work. So why would you want to go back to that? And through this process, you learn about these things about being in relationships, owning the masculine role in a woman's life. And what you do through that is you communicate that here's how I'm going to be and here's how you're going to be. You take the lead and you're able to lead your life. You're able to lead her life and you're able to lead the relationship. And you do it with confidence and steadfast because you already know you can do it. You're the boss now. You've put in the work, you've put in the time, you've gone and looked at all your limitations and your flaws. And it's an ongoing process that never ends. Hopefully it never ends because I love the process. I love the challenge. I love discovering new things about myself and things that uncovering more and more potential. Then you start to look back at the whole experience, the heartbreak, then you start to really appreciate that and realize like, this is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So Chevy, your improvements were not in vain. It just didn't work out as you expected with her coming back. Well, guess what? Moving on to bigger and better things. That's the truth. That's the reality. And the reality is going to be what you make it. And if you tell yourself the story about, I feel terrible, not having any motivation to improve myself, then that's unfortunately, brother, that's just going to be a cycle you repeat throughout your life. And I already told you what we do with the motivation here in this space. Motivation is good, but it ain't necessary. The discipline we're looking for, commitment, dedication, perseverance, grind, no matter what. Rain, sleet, or snow, we doing it. It's been on. You've run into something? Good. I'll keep running into it till I run through that motherfucker. I will go over you, around you, through you, whatever I got to do to get where I'm going. And nobody's going to get my way. Nobody's going to stop. Either you're going to jump on board and contribute to that in my life, or you get the fuck off. Because I got no time for people who don't appreciate and value me the way I do. That's what happens. And that's the truth. But that's up to you. That's your story to write, not mine. And it's how you write it. And the truth is, you can write that story however you want.